The beginning of a new life is truly a remarkable event. The sight of a chick making its way out of cracked shell or a germinating seed slowly pushing through the soil can leave one fascinated. The ability of an organism to produce new individuals is one of the characteristics that distinguish living things from non-living things. This is called reproduction. I, Teacher Justine, will discuss the different modes of reproduction in representative plants, animals, and microorganisms. In order to continue their own kind, organisms must reproduce. Organisms may reproduce either asexually or sexually. It ensures that a plant or animal species does not disappear from Earth. This process is very important in maintaining stability in the ecosystem. There are two modes of reproduction. First, we have asexual reproduction. Asexual reproduction produces offspring faster. The offspring have the same genetic makeup as the parent and positive traits can be preserved. The offspring are fully developed. Furthermore, there are 5 types of asexual reproduction. Vegetative reproduction. A new individual known as the offspring is produced from a single parent, usually exhibited by some plants. Example of this is a potato. Fission. The cell divides to form 2 identical daughter cells. Example of these organisms are protococcus cells. Budding. A new individual may form as an outgrowth of the parent and separate to become a new individual. Yeast, hydra, and sponges reproduce this way. Spore formation happens when a spore case lands in a favorable condition. A new individual develops like bread mold, a fungi. Regeneration happens when a part of the parent body breaks off from the body and develops into a new individual. Now, I bet you already know about asexual reproduction. Then if it's the case, let's talk about the second mode of reproduction. Sexual reproduction is the production of new organisms by the combination of genetic information of 2 individuals of different sexes. In most species, the genetic information is carried on chromosomes in the nucleus of reproductive cells called gametes, which then fuse to form a diploid zygote. In addition, there are 2 types of sexual reproduction: conjugation and fertilization. Conjugation, a bridge forms between 2 cells lying side by side, where contents of one cell pass into the other cell and then combine to form a zygote, which later on become an individual. Example of this organism are microorganisms like Spirogyra. Fertilization, when a favorable condition occurs, a sperm and egg unite to form a zygote, containing genes from both parents, usually exhibited by higher animals, plants, and humans. So how fertilization takes place in humans? Fertilization happens when a sperm cell successfully meets an egg cell in the fallopian tube. Once fertilization takes place, this newly fertilized cell is called a zygote. The zygote spends the next few days traveling down the fallopian tube. As it travels, it divides by mitosis several times to form a ball of cells called a morula. The cell divisions, which are called cleavage, increase the number of cells but not their overall size. More cell divisions occur, and soon a fluid-filled cavity forms inside the ball of cells. At this stage, the ball of cells is called a blastocyst. The blastocyst continues the trip down the fallopian tube and reaches the uterus about 4 or 5 days after fertilization. When the outer cells of the blastocyst contact cells lining the uterus, the blastocyst embeds in the lining. The process of embedding is called implantation. It generally occurs about a week after fertilization. Once implantation occurs, the blastocyst is called an embryo. Hope you have learned something new today. Thank you so much for sticking with me. Again, this is Teacher Justine. Let me end with this statement. Let us indulge ourselves in the ways of science.